Alright, what up YouTube? This Sap94 coming at y'all with another review on a firearm that I just came back from the store with. It's an Oracle Dpms 556. It's some things that I want to touch bases on before I actually show the firearm. I did research on the gun before I bought it, just like I do all guns or all of the guns that I've bought. And it were some things that raised concerns with people. Some of them didn't concern me. I'll say some may have just a little bit, but it didn't stop me from purchasing the weapon or the gun. One of the things is that the gasping chamber or the gas block. The gas block is made of aluminum. And it worried some people, whether or not if it will fail under intense levels of heat. Me personally, that don't concern me due to the simple fact that I'm not going to put that many rounds through it to where it's going to heat the gun up that much anyway. The second concern is that they said that the gas block, is actually crooked from the manufacturer. So putting iron sights on there is not an option. I would have liked to put iron sights on there. I was looking to have a primary sight system, which optic of some sort. Haven't decided which kind yet, but the fact that I can't put the iron sight on there, that's something that I'm gonna have to test and find out whether or not if the feedback on that particular thing was true. Now, there's things that concern me. Well, didn't concern me, but there's just a couple dislikes of the firearm. I was at Dunham's, and the gun cost $599 originally. I caught it on sale for $429. Well, I was looking to pay for it and leave the store that day, but something came up, so I was unable to do that. So I just put it on layaway so I can get that price locked in. 2 days later, I was able to go up there and pay for it. Well, when I went up there to pay for it, it actually went on a better sale, which was $399. So I saved that extra little bit of money, plus that extra $200 that I was going to save for buying it, for not buying it at $599. One of the things that, well, I'll just get into it and show you. The things that I'm complaining about, I really can't complain too much due to the simple fact that you get what you pay for. And my bad, you get what you pay for. My grandma always used to tell me that. But I don't think that you can apply that with today's economy, because the inflation on things aren't worth a fraction of what they really cost. So with that being said, I definitely think that this was worth the money. This is actually the first AR15 that I've owned, that I've purchased. So I am very excited. I'm very happy. It's an entry-level AR15. Show you guys what comes with it. Yeah. We opened the mag. We opened the magazine at the store. So that's the reason my mag is opened. Alright. Let's show my new toy. Alright, so one of the things that concern me with the gun, or don't concern me, but it's a dislike for the gun, is that before I purchased this, they had a couple other AR-15 options that was up there. And which this one was actually out of my budget, so I don't even know why I asked to hold it. But it was a Smith & Wesson M&P Sport 2. And yeah. And the handguard on that one, which is what made me notice that I don't really like this handguard you know, is that it was kind of it was thinner than the handguard on this one. So, yeah, that was something that I don't like. So in the future, I'll be looking to swap this out, you know, maybe for a Geisley reel or something. I'm not sure. I haven't made a decision yet. One of the main primary concerns, which this is a concern that I have with it, is that the mag is PMag 30 AR-M4 Gen M2. I'm not sure what that means. I guess this is a generation 2 of this particular magazine. You get the clip, the gun, you know, that's what we all want. You get this target. You get the key to the gun lock. You get this chamber indicator or whatever, and you get this pin press with 2 hex holes. Not sure what that's used for right now. You get the manual and you get the warranty card. Well, the concern that I have is that it comes with this plastic mag. It only came with one magazine, but this plastic mag, and the only reason I'm concerned with this is because my brother owned the AR-15. And he had his mag filled, 30 rounds in it, and he had dropped it. And the left lip on this, which will be that side when you are holding the clip this way, it had cracked. And that made it to where you couldn't load it to its full capacity. You were only able to put like 22, 24 rounds in there without the tension pushing up on there to push that broken piece of plastic out. So the fact that I only got one magazine and the mag was plastic, or the mag is plastic, is something that I don't like. But like I said, you can't complain for the price that it is, because I am very happy with what I have. Now, I'm not sure if his was a PMag. It may have been a Pro Mag or a Mag Pull. I mean, shit, it may have been a PMag. I'm not sure. But what I do know is that it was the polymer or whatever material that this mag is made out of. So I will be looking forward to grabbing, you know, several more magazines. But I'm going to grab the all-metal mags from here on out. This is my first AR-15, and I'm very happy with it. And like I said, this is a 5.56 Oracle Dpms. They had a carbon 15 up there, which was a little bit more expensive than this. And for those that don't know, carbon 15 is actually made by Bushmaster, and Bushmaster is a good gun. But I did research on that carbon 15, and I didn't like it, you know, especially for the things that was missing on there for the price. It lacked a brass deflector. It did not have a forward assist, and it did not have a dust cover. And that gun was actually $69 more than this gun. So, and not only that, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this gun has a 6-position collapsible stock. That gun had well, it appeared to be a collapsible stock, which I think was real stupid, because the stock did not collapse. It was actually permanently stuck in either the 3rd or the 4th position. I'm not quite sure which position it was stuck in, but it was stuck in that position. Like I've said, I've never owned an AR-15 before, so I'm not quite sure. But what I did notice at the store is that you are not, and you guys can answer this question for me because I'm going to put it, this is a question, but you cannot actually put the gun on safe unless you cock it. And it doesn't have to be a bullet in the chamber, but the hammer in here that hits the firing pin, that strikes the primer on the back of the bullet, does have to be in the rear position in order for you to engage the safety. I noticed that you cannot engage the safety while it's not cocked. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure if all AR-15s are like that, but that's something else that I'm not happy with because I don't like that hammer being under tension at all times. I don't like the fact that it has to be cocked in order for you to engage the safety. But that's something that I'll get over with. I'll get over it. My main concern is this gas block. So I will be I'll throw some iron sights on here and take it to the range to see if what I've seen was true about this being crooked and it being not accurate with iron sights on there. But like I said, my primary sight system that I was looking to put on here was going to be an optic anyway. So that way I wouldn't have trouble at nighttime if the time came to where I had to operate the tool at night, because I've been at a gun range at nighttime trying to line up iron sights, and that's kind of a hassle. So that's something that I really don't care too much for. The only reason that I really wanted to throw iron sights on here is because of the carry handle. And I just like that carry handle. I just like how it looks. It gives it the old, traditional AR-15 or M16 look. So, but I guess if this happens to be crooked, and that's true, then I guess there's no need to put that on there. Do have bolt hold open on the last round where the magazine follower engages its paddle right there to hold the bolt open. I think that's neat. I think that's actually cool. I look into it and it does have like a nice firm fit. It's not loose. There's no gap in between the top and bottom receiver where they meet together. The handguard does not have any access play to where it moves. The most loose thing on here would be that, and that's not a problem. I actually like the design of this. You actually can't see it, but I like the design of the stock. I don't have long arms, so I would always possibly have it in that position, more like an M4. But other than that, I was just anxious to show you guys my new toy. Like I said, first AR-15. So I am actually very happy with what I have. When I was at the store, I actually bought, and this is something else that you guys can put me on, if you have some other rounds that you recommend I use, but I bought 120 rounds of Federal Ammunition American Eagle for $74.99, which is 120 rounds. I can fill up 4 30-round magazines with this one box of bullets. At the time, I do only have one magazine. I do not have any optic or magnificated scope or iron sights for the gun. So that's something that I'll be looking into getting very soon. But what really surprises me is that Carbon 15. That Carbon 15, and I know it's made by Bushmaster, but the fact that it was more than this one and it lacked all these luxuries here, that, really don't make too much sense. I think that especially with me being a left-handed shooter, and by the guns being made right-handed, that brass deflector right here is critical for me because I don't want to be eating gunpowder when I'm shooting, and I definitely don't want to get struck in the face with a hot shell case. The dust cover, my house do accumulate a lot of dust for some reason. I'll wipe the table off and the television, and then the next morning it'll be right back dusty, like as if somebody had a dirt fight in my house. I shouldn't have said that. My house is not dirty, but it's just accumulate dust for some reason. The forward assist, I don't know if I'll need that, but it's there for something. And if the time comes to where I do need to use that forward assist, I always have it there. So I'd rather to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So that's good that it comes with all these different things, you know, and I'll sacrifice the sight for these any day because all I have to do is just go buy a sight. You know, the main thing is that I'm very anxious to figure out if that's crooked because I do want to put iron sights on here, you know, just for the everyday use, just for it sitting on the side of my bed next to my nightstand, you know, and if someone kicked in my door and I had to use it. I'm a very trained person when it comes to guns. I do have other people living inside of my house, so I know about over-penetration. I'll position myself to the point to where I'll be able to engage in disarming or putting the target down without putting other people in harm's way. I do have an all brick house, so I don't have to worry about the bullets coming out of a wall and hitting the person next door unless it goes through the window. And like I said, those are things that I take in consideration because I've ran drills through my house before, and I had to make sure that, you know, I'm trained for things like that because I don't want to shoot my dad or one of my nephews, you know, by over penetrating what I'm shooting at. I did a video, which this is my second video. I did a video about the SD9 VE. So when I break the gun in and actually figure out whether or not if the things that I've talked about were true, I will be doing an update on the gun. I just wanted to show you guys my new purchase. You know, I'm like a kid with a giant sucker. So this is great. I'm very happy with this, and I just love it. I love it a lot. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys that view my videos. I appreciate those that left comments, you know, and also I'm grateful for being able to help on that SD9 VE. If I was able to help, if you guys owned that gun and you had a similar problem, and if you did what I, you know, put on there, and if it turned out right and it helped, I'm very, you know, thankful that I was able to put information out there that was able to help someone else. So once again, I appreciate you guys for watching. You can like, you can subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. Merry Christmas, everybody, and have a nice day. Peace.